Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you episode 11 of Staying Insane. It is a bit of a shorter one, but I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Boys, how are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you doing, man?
Oh, it's Friday. That's about it. Adam? Uh-oh, Adam's frozen.
Oh, I can still hear you and everything.
Okay.
I'm alive, but apparently frozen.
That's all right. It's a podcast. It's not a movie.
True.
And
he's over here struggling with Stanley.
He's already being an asshole. Literally, he was chilling just about 5 minutes ago. I go to start to shoot, and he's like, I want all of your attention now. So, tonight, we're going to talk about a little bit of hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals.
Yes. First off, I want to know your guys' explanation for a hypothetical question. This is one thing that's always kind of puzzled me in the way people think about this kind of stuff, so.
All right.
So, like in terms of, like, how we use them? Or
Yeah.
are you talking... Okay. So, from my knowledge, every time I hear someone say hypothetically or as a hypothetical question, it's always, like, based around something that's actually going on. Every time I've heard someone use it, I know, like, truly it's, like, different. But, like, every time I've heard it, so, like, I don't know, say you're doing something and you've got, like, a kind of a sketchy situation going on. I don't know exactly what, but, like, you're like, hypothetically, would you do this or not?
Okay.
And then everyone's always got some answer, like, well, maybe in this situation or whatever. But I don't know. I don't really, like, ever use a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
I'll put it this way. So, like, when I was in college, I took an ethics class.
Okay.
And that class was solely based on hypothetical questions. And in inserting yourself...
I would hate that.
Yeah, into hypothetical situations which are, like, ethics-based. Like, the Donner Party, if anyone knows what that is. They were, like, a pioneer party that, went to... I think they were going to Oregon or something. I don't know exactly for sure. But they were going there, and along the way, they, like, got stuck and couldn't do anything. And apparently they, like, killed somebody and ate them for food.
Okay.
I think that's the right one for the Donner Party. And so, like, that hypothetical situation would be, like, would you do that to survive, or would you let everybody starve as a whole? And
Absolutely. Take the weakest one out.
Right. And the other thing is, with that specific, the Donner Party thing is, like, did they kill him, or did one guy die and then they ate him? So, like, the hypothetical question also comes up, like, would you eat people? So that's been my experience. Like, you have, like, the two sides of, like, possible actual situations that you might find yourself in, or the super extreme, like, would you kill somebody and eat them to survive?
Okay.
So those are my two instances of what I think of hypotheticals.
Okay. Adam?
So, like, there's that side of it, which is which Jeremy's saying, which there's really not much more I could say on that because he explained it really well. But then there's, like, if you're saying, like, hypothetical question, which is along the similar lines, obviously, which is basically just, like, how I always took it was, you already kind of have the answer to it, but you're just asking it to, like, state, like that
To
you're just
validate
asking, like,
your...
why the heck would... Yeah. So, like...
Your decision.
Yeah, so, like, it's war. It's like, what the heck are they fighting for, hypothetically? Because, like, obviously, there's a lot of war going on, and there's reasons to all of it, but it's just like, yeah, but why? Like, why are we all fighting? Why can't we just be happy? Like... So, like, technically, I guess that whole song is kind of a hypothetical question. War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. But, like, obviously, there's fighting, and it's for a reason. It's not just like, oh, BS just 'cause, So, but Jeremy's side of it, he really just explained everything really well with like what hypothetical stuff is. So,
Okay.
not much more I can add to that side of it, but the other side is, at least that's how I've always taken when, usually teachers, honestly, because teachers always, like, as a student, you're just like, oh, they always want an answer, so they say hypothetically a lot, so everyone will shut up, I guess. That's like the first place I really heard it was teachers saying, like,
Okay.
hypothetically, so we'd all not actually answer.
Okay. So now that we got the boring literature out of the way, why don't we actually get to what I wanted to ask? What video game would you guys like to live in, and why?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure I know yours, Adam, but
I have, yeah, you probably do.
Huh. I've never thought about that ever.
well,
We'll
let Adam go first, and then you can follow up and give yourself some time to think about it. So,
I mean, okay, well, several things for several different reasons. I got a few, honestly.
yeah, it
Fallout
doesn't have to be
4.
just one, but
Yeah, Fallout 4, great game. Like, made a lot of my younger days, like, to who I am. I would love to live there because, like, well, okay, a lot of people are like, why Fallout 4, Fallout 3, shut up. Fallout 4 had, like, the building aspect, and that was a big part of it for me. I freaking spent, like, I'm pretty sure days on that part of the game. Like, everybody was like, oh, story mode, kill stuff. I was like, nah, I'm gonna build for, like, 38 hours straight. And I honestly did, and it like never got old to me. Even nowadays, I could probably still get on that game and build forever and be like, this is like, oh, it was just always a great aspect to me, and I loved it. So you all can shut up because that's my opinion. Fallout 3 is also great, but that would be insane. You could also just shoot things and kill monsters, and great. Minecraft, again, for the same kind of reason, because you could literally just do like everything you've ever wanted. Like, if you want a mansion, you freaking build a mansion, and genuinely, it wouldn't take that long, Like, if you think about it in terms of real life, mansions probably take, I don't know, I'm not a builder, but like maybe a year or two to build if you're really
like 8 months if you're pushing it.
Yeah, right. Okay, so like, around a year, like you could build a mansion in Minecraft like a couple days if you're really grinding. And can you just imagine that though? Like, if you're like, so and so needs a bedroom, we'll just redesign it. Bam, Minecraft, another great game. I don't know, other games like I could say something stupid like Fortnite, but then again, like, how much fun is it to get shot like 5 times a day? Like,
Okay.
I don't know. It'd be cool for a while, probably, but does it hurt? I don't know. I don't want to find out, But those are my two like probably main ones: Minecraft and Fallout 4, just because it's like endless possibilities and it's not just one set thing. Like, I know a lot of people would say like their favorite video game in terms of like this or that, but like once you complete a storyline, like, is there more, or does it just end? Skyrim you could do, because that would be boss. There's a lot of options there, but like for me, that's probably what I'd do.
Okay. Jeremy?
So he touched on it right at the end there. Probably Skyrim.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
And I don't even know that I would really want to be a Dragonborn, like the main protagonist. I don't think I'd want to do that.
Okay.
Because I've done that. So, like, I definitely wouldn't want to be a guard or anything, but, like, go be a magician in medieval times, like, with actual magic.
Okay.
Pretty sick. You can pretty much do everything besides all the special shouting that, the main
Dragonborn can do.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go become part of the Thieves Guild. You can go become part of the, I don't know, the Dark Brotherhood or College of Winterhold or whatever you want to do. So, there's tons of options.
Okay.
Go be a bard, learn actually how to play an instrument well. Like,
yeah.
Because I play several instruments, but very mediocrely. So,
you got a one-up on me already, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not great at any instrument in particular, but I would like to, maybe learn to play the lute. That'd be pretty sweet.
Would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, everybody's frozen right now.
Oh, are we? That's nice.
Adam's going. There he is. You're
I'm not
frozen,
moving.
but it's okay. Don't even just. It'll come
Okay.
back. My
Eventually.
internet's been spotty today. I don't know what's going on, man.
I don't know.
I can still hear you fine, so we're good. Hi, Small.
Okay. As an aside, if anyone has never played Skyrim before,
You're missing out.
you're missing out. But one of the most famous things that come from it, and a good meme that says, "I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow in the knee." And the reason that's funny is because back in Norse mythology, taking an arrow to the knee meant you got married. So I always thought that was funny. Hi, Ducky. She's adorable right now.
That is like such a meme nowadays, but it's only because you can like the game is very broken. It was revolutionary for its time, but you can straight up shoot someone like in the knee, and sometimes they'll just say that quote, or like
or anytime you got 5 feet from a guard, they'd say it.
Yeah, but. One of my favorite memories ever with one of my friends, Jacob Bowser, we were playing Skyrim. He full on shot the guy through the chest, and he goes, "Huh?" Like moves around a little bit. Then goes, "Must have been the wind." It's like, what? What? There's no way. That's such a great game, though.
It is. It was very broken, but it was broken in a good way, though.
In a great way, yeah.
For me, I think. There's a couple games I could think off the top of my head that I'd like to live in, but not as not as an actual citizen or anything like that, because that would be terrifying. Like God of War being not Kratos would be absolutely horrific.
Terrifying.
But I think one I'd like to live in, even as a bystander, it would probably be like Fallout 5, the one that's actually set in America, because I mean. They don't live that bad of a life. Plus, it's essentially rough and tumble. You fight for what you earn. Does that make sense? You earn what you fight for. So you could really do anything you wanted and be good with whatever you wanted. So but I think that's the one I wouldn't mind living in, even if I wasn't the main protagonist. So on the flip side of that, and this was going to be a hard one for me, if you had a book series that you had to live in,
Harry Potter. No hesitation.
No hesitation for you? Okay.
All right.
You just really like magic?
Yeah, like, I don't know. That was like the first big series that I ever read as a kid.
Okay.
1 second, kiddo.
Oh boy. Okay, so it's tough for me because you have to probably like read books to like.
I know, right?
But okay, so technically, like Lord of the Rings is a book.
Yep.
Was like started as a book, obviously. Like I don't want to like take away from that. Lord of the Rings would be dope. Lord of the Rings is still dope. Narnia be pretty fire. What's that song called? Traveler's Guide to the Galaxy. Is that a book? Yeah? Yeah. That book is pretty great and would be really fun to live in. Also, all of those would be terrifying in their own ways, but pretty sick.
Yeah.
I forget, there's another book series I read once. So, like, for as little books as I have read, I should know every single name, but I don't.
Okay.
I apologize to all the book readers out there, but it could get your brains thinking and get you being like, oh, what would I do? Because I read books. Jeremy is probably the only one out of us who really reads.
Yeah.
The Magician's Apprentice is a good series.
Oh.
Artemis Fowl series is pretty good. I read those. Are they Alex Rider?
Yeah.
Like a
shit.
Teenage spy.
Alex
kid.
Rider. There's Stormbreaker.
Yeah, there's like 12 of them or something.
Well, I've only read 6 of them. I don't know if there's any more than that, but I've read all of those. But that was a very long time ago.
Yeah, they're like a young, I don't know, 10, 12-year-old series. They're all right. I read them when I was a kid too. Man, I can't think of any other like predominant like series that are really, really good off the top of my head. And I have tons of books. I can't think of anything off the top of my head as a series. At least I've read lots of like one-off books that are pretty good.
Okay.
But not a whole lot of serious stuff.
Okay.
What?
I think you guys are gonna have a laugh at mine.
Nah.
Captain Underpants. I think it'd be fun to live in. Just a big old bald dude in a cape and his underwear saving the day. That would be kind of fun.
That'd be kind of ridiculous.
It would. It absolutely would. I don't know why I chose that one, but I did. Like, I could have done something serious like the Alex Rider series, or hell, even the Witcher series. But I think my favorite one would be the Captain Underpants.
I feel that.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
All right. So in a lot of movies and stuff, you always see people have background music to them. And a lot of people have what they call theme songs. If you had a theme song, what would you want it to be?
Oh man. I mean, I'm not an interesting person at all, so I don't know. John Cena's "You Can't See Me."
Okay.
Because I can't see out of one eye.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be "You Can't See Me." It'd be "I Can't See You."
I can't see you.
It'd just be me walking around like this all the time.
Hi, Ducky.
What about you, Adam? What would yours be?
Probably Coldplay's Adventure of a Lifetime, because let's be real, my life is an adventure of a lifetime. Boom! Mic drop, I win, you're welcome, goodbye, thank you for listening, I love you all. No, but honestly, I mean, who saw that coming? Me. And everybody else.
I figured it was going to be a Coldplay song.
Yeah, I jam it down everybody's throat, but it's because they're amazing.
Okay. Let's see. For me, I think it would be "Sugar We're Going Down" by Fall Out Boy.
That's a good one.
We're going down, baby.
All right.
I made sure to make it 3 seconds.
For copyright reasons.
Yeah. But just so you all know what song he's talking about.
Mine was 100% a joke. I have no idea what I would make my theme song at all. I'm absolutely clueless as to what I would do. Like, there's tons of songs I like, but
oh, absolutely.
But I don't know if one would be a theme song.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know.
Sorry?
I really don't know.
4 out of 10.
Man, I'm having trouble thinking of one.
You just drawing a blank?
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah.
Okay. If you guys had a narrator that narrated your life, who would you want it to be?
Oh, God, there's the obvious answer.
Yeah, everyone.
There
would
is a
pick
very obvious answer.
Morgan
but...
Freeman, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's the obvious one.
No. Oh, okay.
I think it'd be absolutely hilarious to have like Gilbert Gottfried or Christopher Walken or somebody just absolutely insane or what's his name? He played Genie in Aladdin. The old one, not the new one. Not Will Smith, the other one. Robin Williams doing all his voices and stuff. Like,
Okay.
I think one of those three guys would be absolutely hilarious to have narrate your life.
Okay. Adam, are you gonna stick with Morgan Freeman?
No, Ryan Reynolds would be awesome because, like, have you ever heard him, like, just the Deadpool movies?
Yeah.
That would be so great. And Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
Do you want Ryan Reynolds as a person, or do you want Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool narrating your life?
Oh, God!
Like, do you want the craziness that comes with Deadpool, or do you just want like Ryan Reynolds from like Waiting, to just follow you around and
Specifically Waiting. Ooh, gosh.
because like Waiting's such a good movie too.
Yeah, Waiting. Everything Ryan Reynolds does is great. Like, I swear to God, if he did a porno, I'd watch it. You know, it's Ryan Reynolds. You and everybody in the comments, you shut the hell up because you know you'd watch it too. Guy, girl, I don't give. It could be him by himself in a bathroom naked. Okay? Yeah.
Need a drink?
He is the epitome of what a man should be, and will I ever reach it? No, but it would be awesome. Oh gosh, probably. Okay, probably. Oh god, dude, you don't even understand. You were like, you just offered me like Wendy's Whopper or freaking McDonald's. Oh god, I can't. Probably. Dude, what? Okay, probably Deadpool. I'm just gonna go with Deadpool right off the bat because that would be just funny too. Not that he normally isn't funny, but oh god, Deadpool. That's it.
Okay. For me, I think obvious choice is Morgan Freeman, but what I think would be cool is Travis Willingham. And for people who don't know who Travis Willingham is, he is a voice actor that actually does Critical Role, which is I guess what you would call professional D&D, if there's ever such a fucking thing. But he does a lot of voice acting in a lot of animes and stuff like that. And he's very good. He has a very good voice. He's just a great guy in general. To be honest, either him or Matt Mercer. I wouldn't be mad if either of them did that for me. So.
Oh heck yeah, they'd both be pretty great.
Oh yeah, they're both voice actors. They've been in the business for a long time. They've done a lot of roles for video games, animes, just animated movies. Not exactly animes, just animated movies themselves. They're very good people. They're very good actors, and they're very good voice actors. They have very good vocal control and a good range. So, I think that's who I would pick. So,
another one. Have you guys ever seen? It's on Netflix, I think. It's called Planet Earth or something like that, or Earth the Planet or something.
Yes,
something.
yeah. Okay.
Snoop Dogg narrates that.
Yep. And
it's actually hilarious.
It really is great.
It is just the wildest thing you've ever heard from a nature documentary. It's just like
Snoop Dogg would be another good one. Yeah.
I just don't even. You have to go watch it to actually have an understanding of like how just absurd it is.
See, that brings up another great point, though. Like, any rapper would probably be great, but can you just like, oh god, just real quick, just with me here, everybody in the comments, can you just imagine Eminem, just like, he's going to dinner, mom's spaghetti.
He has to rap your entire life.
Just the anger, everything would be angry.
I'm thinking of another one now. David Attenborough, and for anybody who doesn't know who David Attenborough is, if you ever watch almost any BBC nature documentary, he's the British guy behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
Go watch Planet Earth, or not Planet Earth, Blue Planet. He narrates Blue Planet. Tons of different ones. There's like all those BBC documentaries and stuff. He narrates every single one, and his voice is just such a soothing, I don't know, old calm man just reflecting on nature. It's really, really soothing.
Dr. Lupo does a very good impression of him whenever he plays Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, he does that voice, and it's pretty fucking good.
I have seen that. Dr. Lupo's kind of awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Full on is.
Oh yeah. So, next one I had down. Is there anything you would like to go back into history and change for the better or for the worse?
I mean, obvious answers again with this. There's like,
yeah.
There's the really, really obvious one from the 40s. There's the really obvious one from the 1910s. There's the really obvious everything about the 50s and 60s. All these different wars. Like you could name any single one of those that you would change.
Okay, so let me take it a little more specific. Anything that wouldn't be politically world changing. How about that?
Ooh.
Kobe.
Okay,
I mean that's pretty world changing, but like
Like
That's the one that I could think of right off
They
the top
didn't
of
need
my
to be
head.
out that day in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And his daughter, obviously. I just mean like that whole incident.
Yeah, that.
Not just him.
No,
but,
like you
all of
actually go in and say it, like going up to the helicopter pilot and being like, "Look, man, just
them. Today's not the day.
yeah, just drive them." You know? Yeah. That's a good one. That is a good one. You really put me on the spot with all these tonight, man.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Again, just because you brought it up, Jeremy.
Right, and another one would be Anthony Bourdain. He's somebody else, in that same category that did what
This
he
whole
did.
thing that's going on now.
Yeah, like if there would be any way to stop what's going on now, but also like I don't know. Those hypotheticals of like changing what is happening. I've never really. And maybe it's because of my dad that I think a little differently about this, but like if I changed like anything, like and people ask me like, would you change like because I was such a young dad, would you change when you had a kid or that you had one at all? And my answer is always no. I wouldn't change it. Like yes, I would have liked to do things differently, but
this is my life.
But
now.
this is my life, and I couldn't imagine it any other way.
Exactly.
And I couldn't imagine being 24 with no kid. Even though so many other people are 24 without children, I couldn't imagine not having my daughter. It's one of those things. It's like, really? I don't know. Life is what it is, and you work through every day, and it's just one of those things I never really ever consider.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, but I know for a while, and we're gonna go into a little bit of touchy-feely section for a bit. But when you're alone, you have a lot of time to think of what if.
Mm-hmm.
What if this was different? What if that I did this differently? And the thing is you can eat yourself away with what ifs.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Always.
I don't know. I've been going through something kind of like that lately. The whole like, well, what if I had done things differently? And for a lot of different topics, not just anything in particular.
Yeah.
And it's not good. Like I don't know. I don't sleep very much at all. I sleep about an hour a day, max anymore. Maybe 2 hours if I'm really lucky. So I do have lots and lots of time at 4 or 5 in the morning when I'm still awake from the previous day to like sit and think. So I try to not kind of reflect and be like, well, what if anymore? I'm trying to, at least.
It's so
hard.
easy to do though.
It is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And like what I've been doing to try and not think about that sort of stuff is I've been trying to repeat to myself, and I don't normally do anything kind of like this at all ever. I repeat to myself that it is what it is. And
it is what it is.
Right. What is it? SOCKS is what it is. It is what it is in French. That's the mantra that they have or something like that.
I don't know. I don't speak French, so.
Yeah, socks. SOCKS. Like SOCKS. It is what it is. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Like that's an actual phrase.
Phrase. That's a phrase, not letters. That's like an actual phrase in French. I think is.
So confused.
I think that's what it is.
Socks in French is that meaningful?
No. SOCKS, like ES. I don't know. I don't speak or write French at all. I just know that from somewhere. But life is what it is, and I need to move forward. And like, okay, what am I doing right now? What can I do in 10 minutes? What can I do in 2 hours? Like, so that's what I've been trying to do. I mean, yes, it works, and yes, it doesn't work. So,
Right.
I don't know. But again, to the topic that this is, would I change anything In my life in particular, no, and anything that would change my life, I would say no, because my life is what it is, and, you know, for 99% of the things of my life, I am happy and I have a good life. So,
and that's the thing, is you'll never be 100% happy with
right.
what's going on at the current time. There's always going to be something that will nag at you,
yeah,
or
like
just
right now,
kind of set you down.
Right now, I hate being home all the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure tons and tons of people have that same feeling right now. But, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do, and life is what it is right now. Like, yes, it sucks, but try and find the little things that you enjoy. And on top of all of that, the thing that I would probably change, in the grand scheme of things, maybe go back and give people electricity a lot sooner.
Okay.
I think that now we would be 200 years further ahead than
what we are
if I had given people electricity 100 years ago. You know, I think 100 years before, you know, the Edison, Tesla debacle, all that nonsense. So I think that would be cool. I think it would be really interesting to see how life changed to now.
Okay. I do think it is funny. This is a quick aside with that whole statement you put there. I remember being a kid and everyone was saying, "Oh, in 2020 we're gonna have flying cars."
Or yeah,
kinda.
Which technically we do in a way, but Tesla's the way to go, you know. So I watched a lot of stuff on Elon Musk earlier today. I'm in there.
Yeah. And funny enough, you said about also keep moving forward. A lot of people have seen my tattoo before, and I'm sure I've told you guys this before. But that's the whole reason I got that. Is when I got this, I was in a bad place, and I had to keep reminding myself just to keep on getting through to that next hour, next 5 minutes. So that's why I got it, because I got it where I did. It always points ahead of me. So
until you break your arm.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I genuinely thought that stood for sexy motherfucker.
No, it didn't.
No, I know.
But thanks. Man, this is rough. This is a rough podcast because you guys keep chopping in and out. I'm sure I'm doing it too.
Yeah, a little bit, but
no, you guys are coming through pretty clear on my end. I had myself
Jeremy has immaculate internet, so
yeah. But I'm
on
also...
my end. It's all just...
No, you guys are coming through really, really clear. Your videos are starting and stopping, but it's a podcast, you know.
Right.
It's messing me up because like you guys would be saying something, but nothing's moving, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I realize I can't see you is all. So, but Adam, is there anything you'd like to change about history, like that won't change politically, but maybe something a little more meaningful than saving one person? Or a handful of people, I should say.
I don't know, because there's all the stuff that goes in my head is just the immediate political stuff, you know, like the big stuff like World War II, you know, slavery, 9/11. A lot of the things that happened that I feel like need changed were big things like that.
Okay.
Or like even just things that weren't as huge mass death-wise, but like still really effective in a way that it changed a big thing. Like the underwear bomber or whatever? Or I mean 9/11 changed a lot of the plane stuff too, but I'm pretty sure the underwear bomber was a thing, or like the Unabomber or whatever. But
okay,
Boston Marathon, it's another good one that I don't know if you'd consider like a big political change, but like it was definitely a big thing that affected a lot of people. But then again, like here's the thing: if we changed these events, as great as it would be for a lot of reasons, it would be shitty for a lot of other reasons, because now this is another thing that like understand, like, I'm in no way trying to, like, make light of any of this stuff, but in a way, these things needed to happen in one way or another for us to make the changes and stuff that needed to be made. Like, where the whole 9/11, if 9/11 wouldn't have happened, something else along those lines would have happened with someone, like, hijacking a plane or something. Because that's what really hyped up plane security to, like, the level it is now. You know, that was, like, the big step.
And I find this kind of funny that you brought up that point, because there is a movie called The Butterfly Effect, which
Yeah.
and in the movie it says, I do believe if you change one thing in the past, it will create an alternate timeline, and then that timeline things could be even worse than they were in the original timeline. And there's a lot of books and a lot of things. One in particular is called The Ripple Effect that kind of explain that a little bit. It's a book. I don't remember who it's written by. Let me keep talking while I am looking at it. But essentially, the same thing happens, and where if you do, and in the butterfly effect, I think it goes off of if you step on a butterfly in the past, it'll create something so minute. You do something different back then will affect your future tomorrow.
Right.
So,
yeah, that is actually a great way of explaining what I was trying to say. Is just like, as shitty as all the stuff that has happened is, we've learned and adjusted and adapted from all of it in our own ways. And even a time like this, I feel like we're going to be way more prepped and way more ready and way more knowledgeable if something like this ever happens again. You know, because right now, like, they kind of were like, oh, I guess everybody just stay in. You know, like, now they might have a better system. Like, I'm not saying we won't have to stay in, but, like, people will be like, okay, we've done this, we've gotten through it, we're okay now, we can do it again. Where if we all just work together, you know, like, that kind of thing. Right. Like, I mean, of course, there are little things I would say, like, selfishly, that I would change. Like, I know this sounds really toxic, but, like, a lot of relationships I had at times that just weren't right. And it's not really the people that it was. I mean, partially, in a way, it can be the people that it was. But it wasn't... The way I look at it is that the people that I fell in love with, I will always love and will always have a place in my heart. Just what would happen was they just... At least in my experience, I'm never saying I didn't do anything that didn't help relationships, because I definitely did, and I definitely was a part in every end. But I've watched a lot of people become people that I didn't know. Exactly. And so if I could change that, I would like to go back and maybe try to save people who not even in relationships. Just, we were talking about this earlier today, just someone who used to be a really close, like, innocent friend of mine is just, like, not even that person anymore. And so, like, my friend was asking me, like, oh, why'd you unfollow them on Instagram? And I was like, because I didn't follow that person. I followed the person I knew, and that's not them. So I don't want to follow them. And I know it seems so stupid, but it was a meaningful enough change in my life that I felt needed to happen. The just because, like, I tried for a long time, and it just, I get why it's so hard for some people to unfollow toxic people, because I think they're waiting to see a change,
wanting to see if they'll bounce back to the person.
Right. Everybody's like, why do you follow people who annoy you? It's like, I get it in a way. On the surface, it seems stupid, and to anybody, like, not in our generations, could be like, well, that's just dumb. Like, yeah, but, like, in this case, I was just waiting to see if they were still that person, just like if it could peek through, and it just isn't happening right now. So I just needed to just, you know, accept that they're not the person that I first became friends with, and move forward. So little things like that are always things I could change. So I think I took that question a little deeper than what you wanted, but
it's all good.
But yeah, what about you?
So what was the original question?
If we would change anything in the past, which you said about electricity.
That was the original question. Okay, we were still on that.
We went off on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell are they talking about now? Because she wanted to go lay down. She was tired.
It's all good. You gotta do your dad. It's
pretty late.
Just call me the tangent maker.
Tangent maker.
What about you, Eddie? What's your... What's your item to change?
Honestly, and I want to preface this by saying I love firearms.
Okay.
However, I think I would go back and stop them being able to mass produce them the way they are. I think nowadays it's a little too easy to even make your own homemade gun, not even just get a gun, but to make one.
Oh yeah.
But I love, like I said, I love guns. I love shooting guns. I love hunting. Love it all. But there are some very bad people out in the world that don't need access to that kind of thing. And there are ways that people get screened. I mean, I know personally in our state, there's a 7-day waiting period before you can actually purchase a gun. When I was younger, I thought it was dumb, but with a lot of the recent things that has happened, I think it definitely shows why that waiting period's there. And the other thing is you don't know what's gonna happen to a person 15 years down the road. So I mean, fuck, tomorrow I could snap and blow holes in my wall with my shotgun. But I would personally try and go back and maybe even stop them being created. Also, just with wars in general, it made, and this is gonna sound very weird, and I think you guys may understand this, but it made it less personal.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days, if you wanted to kill someone, you had to be right next to them with a sword and fighting them to the death.
Now you sometimes don't even see the face of the person that you're...
Yeah, now some people get killed and they don't even know what direction from. I mean, it could be a sniper 3 miles off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I also think, and I think with the personability of the wars, I think it made it harder for people to go back out to war. I'm not saying war now is easy by any means. I know it is brutal no matter what. But I think it was a little more brutal back in the day when you had to physically walk up to your enemy and cut them down. So,
Yeah, I get that.
I think that's one thing I would change. But
a little bit of I guess tangent to what you're saying, but so you can 3D print guns now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the files are very illegal to procure because it's something along the lines of illegal distribution of lethal weapons or something along those lines. But it's like super simple stuff to do.
Especially with metal filaments now.
Oh,
right.
God.
Or there's actually water soluble filaments that are like, they don't want you printing a gun with that, using it to kill somebody and then
just thrown in the fucking river.
Right. Because then all you're left with is some metal bolts.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's actually, because it was a really, really big topic, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago when 3D printers became very, very affordable.
Okay.
Maybe even a little longer than that, when they dropped from being several $1,000s to only a few hundred, where it was, very feasible to get a printer and get these files from wherever. So it was a really big issue, and I think California has a specific ban on something or other to do with this. It's even more so a crime there to do that than anywhere else. It's a big... That's a whole can of worms there.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I don't know how anybody would ever deal with that, because, once you have the files downloaded, you have them.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah, because the only way they would be able to find those files on your personal computer is if they had a suspicion that you were either printing the guns and selling them, or you used a printed gun to kill someone, and then they can scrub your hard drive and stuff like that. But yeah, that's honestly, that is kind of scary. I love 3D printing. I think there's some really cool shit, but the fact that someone took the time to make a file to print a gun to be able to actually fire a bullet.
That's a little... it's a cool concept in the in the most sincere way of just being creative and being inventive. It's a cool concept that way. The negative ramifications of it are pretty severe, though. Like,
yeah.
Like with anything, you know. I mean, you can do some pretty crazy stuff out there in the world, and you know, I don't know. You can make a gun with a tube and a nail, like if you really needed to. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
not gonna work well, but
no. I mean, it could be like the same concept as a musket, you know, if you really needed it to be. But you know, that's a whole other.
That's a whole other. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Stanley.
Oy.
All right, boys. I think we're gonna wrap it up with Fat Boy Corner. As usual. This one, Jeremy, is another one you may have to blur, but I want to see Pizza Joe's or pizza in general.
Pizza Joe's is a very.
I got like 45 minutes
brand.
right around.
Oh, is
there,
it?
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Yep. Yeah, it is true though. It is kind of.
Yeah, I don't think we need to
really
blur
think about it.
this episode's.
Which then again, if people really want to know where we live, I hate to break it to you guys,
can
but
probably
I openly
figure it
talk
out.
about it. So like, if they're just like, "Oh, ARTIZOR," and they're like, "Oh, I know where they live."
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you know. No, Pizza Joe's. I like their pizza a lot. I love their deep dish pizza because I'm a deep dish guy.
Okay.
I'm not a New York style fan. I like a Chicago style pizza. I love it, doughy and thick and.
Oh, this could start a turf war in the comments.
Oh my gosh.
But I am definitely a thick crust pizza, especially if you do give me like deep dish pizza and then give me stuffed crust on top of that, like
Oh, God.
the outer ring stuffed crust with cheese or something in it.
Okay. But I want to know its toppings.
So, but that's important because I don't know, because like I feel like the dough is half of why you get pizza because.
Oh, absolutely. If the dough is terrible, you might as well not even. I mean, if it's like rubber, I'm not eating a pizza.
Right.
I don't give a shit how hungry I am.
Exactly. So my pizza of choice. So I either get three different kinds of pizza normally. Normally it's either pepperoni and bacon.
Okay.
Is my first choice. My second choice is probably like a meat lover's pizza, which is like pepperoni, sausage, bacon, sometimes ham.
Okay.
It depends on what they have in the way of meats. It just all depends.
Okay.
Or my third option is like a supreme pizza with like pepperoni, sausage, onions, green peppers, black olives. That's my third choice for like traditional red sauce pizza.
Okay.
But I'm a sucker for like chicken bacon ranch pizza or the olive oil and mozzarella with tomatoes on top.
Yeah.
Spinach.
Yeah.
Like that white pizza is what it's called normally.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a sucker for both of those.
Okay.
As like non-traditional styles.
Adam?
Oh gosh.
It sounds like you were in pain there for a while, so.
I just want pizza now.
I've got some here.
I drove past your house earlier. I wanted to stop in. Anyway, but you know, social distancing. See? Comments? Honestly, I don't know. Like, they make a lot of good stuff, but fudge, dude. Chicken bacon ranch is really like right now. Because that's hard. Pizza is another one of those things that kind of is the mood. Like, there are several different options, and there's nothing that's like set in stone that is like always my go-to. But if I'm just like right now, if I'm like chicken bacon ranch is like where I'm feeling it. Because like, oh my gosh, especially if they do it right and it's like not. Old pizza sometimes can be good, but this, like, if the ranch is still like melty and like, I know that sounds stupid for ranch, but if it's like super runny because it's hot, it's like, oh my god, I I gotta stand up, but I can't stand up the part that the camera shows because, let's be honest, I'm hard. No. Freaking chicken bacon ranch is great. Meat lovers is also great. Regular pepperoni is great. Just gonna say, not my favorite pizza place ever. Pizza Joe's isn't. I'm a Pizza Hut guy, but
Okay.
still great pizza, and I eat it a lot.
All right. For me, it's pretty. I have a pretty good routine of what I get. Their meat lovers they have there is called the Piggy, and it is amazing. I think it's double bacon though, which is something else. But my go-to 100% is a gyro super sub, without banana peppers, because I don't like banana peppers when they're warm. It fucks with my stomach something fierce. I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah, like I've ever gotten on a pizza or anything like that, I'm in the bathroom immediately. So it's really weird. But then for pizza itself, I will get, and I actually have it sitting out on my table, is a pepperoni mushroom sausage.
Alright,
Love that combo. So, and then for wings, I always get ranch wings. I love their ranch wings. I don't know why, but they are good.
Is it like a dry ranch?
No, it's a wet ranch.
Okay. Because I've had like dry ranch wings,
like the
which
ranch
are,
rub.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah.
No, they're wet. I mean, I had to clean my fingers multiple times when I was getting to the dozen of them. So, but I think that's all I've got for tonight, boys. To the audience who's made it this far, I thank you very much. That was a bit scattered. Go ahead.
Quick address from last episode that I was told by my mommy. But no, seriously, love her to death. We talked about race last episode, and I brought more into question than I'm sure was intended for Eddie, this subject man. But apparently, I brought up people of color and some of the things I struggle with as a young 20-year-old. And apparently, a few times we use the term "colored people," which my mother said is a offensive term that was used in the old days as like as an
derogatory term.
Yeah, right. Which I had no idea. She said it might not be as much of our generation, which is sad because we should know these things. I do not. None of us really knew. So we don't mean to offend anyone, but I just wanted to address that was not intended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yep.
You know,
Have a good night, evening, whatever it is.
Yep.
Calm it down if you have anything you want to say to us. So,
have a good
peace.
one, guys. Bye.
Peace. Bye.